Welcome to Spirits and Screams.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Spirits and Screams. Guess what I did? We went to the theater, my daughter and I, to go see the new Beetlejuice film. I can't believe it's been 36 years since the original. I guess this is a franchise now? I don't know, does it have to be 3 films to be a franchise? But wow, Tim Burton went nuts with this one, but it was a lot of fun. So I really wanted to hop on quickly and talk about it because it seems to be all the talk lately. Totally understand it. Everyone's going to see it because, you know, it's still so popular after all these years, which is crazy. One crazy thing is my daughter, I didn't realize until we had seen the movie that she hasn't even watched the first one yet. So, you know, she enjoyed it even though she hadn't watched the first one. I guess we'll have to set a time to do that so that she can see it. And another thing that's really cool is she basically is around the same age as I was when I got to see the first film. So that was really quite a special moment going to the theater to see this with her. Well, you guys, I'm gonna make sure that this review is completely spoiler free because I know there's a lot of you that probably haven't seen it yet. So first, let's have a little look at what it's all about and then we can get right into it. Beetlejuice from 2024, directed by Tim Burton and starring Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, and Catherine O'Hara. 3 generations of Deetz family return home to Winter River after an unexpected family tragedy. Lydia's life turns upside down once again when her daughter reopens a portal to the afterlife, unleashing Beetlejuice. Okay, you guys, so this film was a lot of fun. You know, they put a lot of money and effort and energy into it. Everybody went all out, and it was an enjoyable watch. But I'm going to admit it, I liked the first one better. You know, that one's classic, iconic, so unique at the time, really was so much fun. It's kind of a movie that resonates with you forever if you enjoyed it, and I did. And I just loved that it was set in the house, that it was simple. I loved the music, I loved the characters, the special effects, just everything was so much fun. I especially loved all of the creepy art decor and stuff in the first one. I mean, that was something that just really stuck with me and I really, really loved. But don't get me wrong, I liked this movie. It was a lot of fun. It was crazy. They packed so much into it. I mean, Tim went crazy with this one. He really did. There's so much going on. It's insane. I'm gonna add it to my collection, obviously. I have the first one, you know, so I gotta get this one too. And I recommend that you go watch it for sure. But there were some things that were a little bit, I guess, you know, what are you really gonna do with it? They created this perfect film that has lasted for like 36 years. Oh my God, I can't even believe it. That many years. I mean, Spirit Halloween and Halloween stores still carry merchandise connected to this film from like for decades, and it's still massively popular. So many kids that are still enjoying it today. So, you know, it's quite something. But like I say, this one was a little bit over the top. And I will say in this one, we do get the house. We do get that miniature town, you know, with all the models and stuff from the first film. We get that one again too. Love that. My daughter, you know, fell in love with those miniatures, probably because of my love for them from this film. You know, the ones that you can get at some of the stores during Halloween time or whatever, little miniature models and, you know, the little things. She fell in love with those kinds of stuff, so me too. So you do get a touch of that in this film and the house. We get a little bit more, they do a little bit more into the afterlife There's returning characters, of course, which is amazing. I mean, Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, nobody else could play that character, I don't think. Winona Ryder's back, Catherine O'Hara, and then there's a few new characters as well. And there were some controversies associated with this film, so some of the people didn't return, but you know, I think they handled it really well, as best as they could. A few characters that I wish were in it still, because I think it would have been fun to have them there again, but I kind of get it, the way that they went with it. I get what they were doing with it. And they had to create something a little bit new to keep us interested. After all of these years, revisiting this film for these actors, Michael Keaton in particular, being able to recreate, you know, and redo this film with these characters in so much the same way as the OG film is amazing. Considering, you know, there was a lot of improv, and like Michael Keaton just kind of created this character along with Tim Burton. So to be able to, you know, do that again after so many years, because he's older now, you know, like I personally, I'm older now, and I just, that character takes so much energy, you know, and enthusiasm, and for him to be able to pull that off is pretty great. Pretty great. I'm just so glad that we got to see him, and you know, Winona and Catherine O'Hara too, back in it. Very, very fun to watch that again, to relive it again, especially with my daughter sitting next to me, getting to see it and, you know, see what life was like back then for me when I went to the movies. Really, really fun. Another thing I'd like to point out is Tim Burton, like he was able to, I guess, pull off like what he had wanted to do for a second film. And I guess this one was in the making for a long time, but the timing just wasn't right. There was lots of roadblocks and things that came up, and it was finally the right time to do it. He could do it his way. He obviously very much in this film improved on all of the cool stuff that he did back then. Huge talent. There's even stop motion. I guess I can say that. That's not really a spoiler. There's stop motion. There's special effects, like practical effects. There's a bit of CGI, I believe, mixed in, but top notch. Did it right. Like nailed it. Really, really cool. So much so that the way the effects and creepy stuff that happened in the first film was almost comical and fun and funny, more than scary. This one, parts of it was really gross. It was really pretty gross and well done. I loved that. I love that they improved on that. I love that they didn't kind of resort to all the modern AI and technology and stuff that's just gonna suck the life out of everything. Pardon the pun. But I like that he used it, his artistic abilities, to make it really well done. And as an artist myself, I really appreciated all of that. And I definitely want to watch it again for that reason, to be able to see all of that, to dissect it. Like I said, there is so much going on in this movie, like so much. It's never boring. It never gets stale. It just keeps going on and on and on. I think this one's close to 2 hours or something thereabouts, so it's pretty long, but really well worth seeing in the theater. But I think it's going to be fun watching it at home too. Michael Keaton, like I said, iconic, amazing. Winona Ryder is back as Lydia, but she's grown up and she has this really cool job. I think it's cool. And I'm not going to give that away, but you have to go watch it to see what's happening there. And she's got a daughter now, a daughter that's about the same age as she was when she was in the first film, I think. Played by Jenna Ortega, who does a phenomenal job. They both do. They play off of each other really well. That chemistry between Winona Ryder and Michael Keaton is still there. She's older, but it just all works. The way that they wrote the story and put it together really, really works. Really fun to see that again. But I am going to say the best acting comes from Catherine O'Hara. My gosh. You know, because she's older too, but she just went right back into character again, and it just amazing with this. Amazing. I really enjoyed that. I'm so glad she came back, because I guess they could have probably easily kind of switched her character out or whatever, got rid of her, but they didn't. They brought her back, and it just adds so much to it. She's just phenomenal as Lydia's stepmom. so good. Really enjoyed watching her. Really glad to see her back in it. But she just looks fantastic. Everybody does in this movie. Even Beetlejuice, like the makeup and costumes are just bang on, like just perfection. I guess it helps when you got the same people that made the first film coming back together. That being said, the end credits, you got to check those out when you see it. There are so many people that were employed for this film. It's crazy. Like, wow. But I guess it really shows. You need that much artistic talent and people to come together to make something at this level with this many things going on. The effects, like I said, were so amazing. They're gross and creepy and really, really fun. Different stuff than the first film. Some similar stuff, but different stuff. And the new characters that they brought in were good, you know. I enjoyed that. I'll say there was one storyline, and I'm not going to spoil it, but one storyline that I felt wasn't necessary, and it didn't really go anywhere or go very far. And so I think if they had removed that part, just because there were so many stories, little plots going on at the same time, that it was a lot. But there was one that, I don't know, really, I get it, I guess, why they did it. They wanted to add something fun to it, and he kind of went all out. But they could have done away with it, and it would have been just as good or better, in my opinion. And we did get a bit of a backstory in this one, which, in my opinion, we didn't need it. You know, we could have done without it. It added a little bit to it, but I didn't need to see it, really. But there were lots of nods to the OG film, so that was really cool. It's always fun when those things come out, you know. I really want my daughter to see the first one so she can kind of put it all together. But she enjoyed the film as a standalone, you know, without having seen everything. I mean, she's heard so many things about Beetlejuice and seen so many of the products and stuff that she, I guess, kind of had a grasp of it. But I think it'd be interesting to see what she thinks when she watches the first film compared to the two. Maybe we'll watch them when I finally get it on physical media. We'll watch both back to back, like a marathon kind of thing, because that might be fun. So I think that's pretty much all I'm going to get into, because without giving away spoilers, it's kind of hard to talk about anything else. But overall, I liked it, and I definitely want a third film. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Come on, how cool would that be? So let's hope. And sooner, not 30 years from now, with different people acting in it and that kind of thing. But soon, because I think people would love it. I have heard so many people say they were going to the theater to go see this one. You know, everybody I talked to was saying that they wanted to see it. I guess because it's one of those films. It's a little bit scary. It's kind of quirky. There's fun fantasy stuff in it, and it's funny. You know, so I think that a lot of people will enjoy this one for sure. I want to add one little thing before I do my review. Did you guys see the trailer for Salem's Lot? That's coming out finally. Oh my gosh. The trailer looks really good. I'm really excited. I can't wait to watch that one. Definitely going to do reviews on that for sure. I'm really curious about Salem's Lot. If you guys are excited to see it as well, or if you think we could do without it, or just any of your thoughts, comments, long comments down below. We'll chat about it, because I'm just really curious as to what you guys think. Okay, you guys. So for my review, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. Sinfully Delicious, a popcorn flick, because I didn't think it was as good as the OG, which to me is a 5. A 5 out of 5. I might have given this one maybe a 3.5 out of 5, because it was really a fun, and I totally recommend you watch it, but I don't do those like 0.5 in my rating system. So that's kind of 3 bordering on 4 to me, in my opinion. All right, you guys, let me know what you thought about the film, if you saw it, if you're going to go see it, what you're expecting and what you think. Drop those long comments down below, and I love to chat. And if you love this video, please give it a like. And if you want, subscribe to the channel, because I would love to have you as part of the group, part of the crew. I think that would be a lot of fun. And I also am going to mention that I've got my Patreon fired up. There's some cool tiers there. And if you really want to support my channel, help me to keep making these videos and bring more and more stuff to you with lots of extra content, behind the scenes stuff, then go check out my Patreon And if you want to become a member, that would be awesome. I'd love to have you there as well. I'm going to do a little shout out to my first patron who I got this month. Very excited about that. I'm going to do that right now. And I forgot to mention that on one of the tiers, you actually become a bookmark club member, and you'll get a free bookmark and sticker included in your membership every month, a different one. And I will send those out to you. And yeah, you'll have those for your collection. Those will be with characters connected to my comic book series, Spirits and Screams. So yeah, really a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will see you again really soon. Bye, guys.